Hi, I'm Sarah and I blog at Taming Twins. I'm here today for Mum Talk TV to show you how to make some really easy, really simple Valentine's heart-shaped cookie pops. They are cookies on a stick with a message written on the front so you can personalise them and say whatever you fancy for your Valentine's sweetheart. Enjoy! So to make your cookie dough, you need to add 250 grams of butter and 150 grams of caster sugar. Beat really well, add 1 egg, and then add cinnamon to taste and 325 grams of plain flour and beat really well until it forms a dough. You need a baking sheet lined with baking paper, not greaseproof paper because they might stick if it's greaseproof paper. Baking paper nothing sticks to. You need a heart-shaped cutter, whatever size. Make it big enough so that you can write some nice bits and pieces on it. You need some lolly sticks. You can buy these from craft shops. A rolling pin and a knife, just a table knife to lift them up. Some extra plain flour and your cookie dough. So I'm going to put some plain flour just over the surface that you're working on. Take some of your cookie dough, don't work it all at the same time. And if it's a bit sticky, just roll it in the flour. Dry it out a little bit and then roll it out. Just move it as you go. And take your heart-shaped cutter and pop it in. And you can take the cookie dough off around the outside so you can see how thick mine is. It's probably just under 1 centimetre. You need it fairly thick because we're going to stick these lolly sticks in here. So the trick is to hold them gently, the hearts, and then stick the lolly stick in. It's a really good idea first, which I've forgotten to do this time, but just to measure how far you want it to go in. And so I'm just going to hold my finger there. And I'm just going to reshape my heart a little bit. You can even add a little bit more dough if you want a really pointy heart. And then I'm going to lift these up and pop them on the baking sheet and bake them for about 15 to 20 minutes at 180 degrees until they're just pale golden brown. So here I've got some melted white chocolate which I've just allowed to cool slightly so it's not quite so runny, and I've put it in a plastic piping bag with the end snipped off, and I'm going to use it just to pipe here around the outside of each of the hearts to just give me a little heart outline shape. And then I'm going to use the white chocolate just to fill in the hearts, and I'm going to do this for all of them. So you can see I've filled in all of the hearts. Where the chocolate's a little bit lumpy on top, if you just give it a little bit of a shake, you will find that hopefully the chocolate just evens out a little bit. Like that. So I'm just going to leave those now for maybe an hour or something, just to let them set, and then I'm going to pipe some words on top. So now my cookies, the chocolate is kind of dry just to the touch, and I've got some dark chocolate in a piping bag that I've melted. I'm just going to squeeze the air out and then snip the end off, just a tiny amount so that I can write with it. And I'm going to write some messages on my cookies. You can pipe whatever you fancy. You can do an outline for the hearts as well if you would like to. And here I've added a few little heart-shaped sprinkles just to finish them off.